Hold on, I'll go back. I'll go back to the beginning. I'll make it quick. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come learn why they buy. What's B.A.N.K anyway? What's B.A.N.K anyway? Well, B.A.N.K is an acronym for Blueprint, Action, Nurturing, and Knowledge. B.A.N.K is the only methodology in the world scientifically validated to predict your buyers' buying and decision-making behavior. Who wants to have a step-by-step system that's simple to implement? Yes? Who wants something that gets to the bottom line and closes more sales in less time? Who wants to be part of an amazing community that helps support each other? Awesome. And who wants to see me live demo our state-of-the-art technology? Great. You're in the right place at the right time. Today, we're going to go over a brief overview to unlock the secrets, the science, and the system to supercharge your sales. Again, welcome and thank you for taking the time to be here today. So who am I? My name is Jeannie Zerhofer. I'm a certified and licensed coach. I am an award-winning international speaker, a conscious contributor to our community and to others so they can be their own shining light. And I am a lifelong learner and an implementation master and queen. Because at the end of the day, if you're going and taking education and taking education and taking education, when would now be a good time to implement it? And that's what I love about teaching and training. So unlock the secret to ultra high performance, identification, recognition, and biometric set, and how you do that through our system called B.A.N.K. Has anybody ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki? Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki says the ability to sell is the #1 skill in business. I believe it's the #1 skill in life. We are selling all day long. We are selling from a very, very, very young age. And to get what we want in life or to influence, whether it's our caregivers, our parents, whatever the case may be, when we were little, we'd throw a hissy fit because we wanted that lollipop. That was us trying to sell, give me that lollipop because then I'll stick it in my mouth and I'll be quiet kind of thing. And from your first job interview, what about your first date? That's all selling. That's the ability to understand how to speak to somebody else so they can actually hear what you're saying. And that's where B.A.N.K comes in, and it is genius because of its simplicity. So let's talk about this. According to Salesforce.com, 67% of sales professionals, that's all of us, miss their quota, completely miss their quota. 87% don't feel adequately prepared, whether the preparation for them is they know their stuff, they know their products and services. We all know our products and services. However, how to speak it to somebody is a completely different story. If you don't know who you're meeting with, they're brand new clients or customers, how can you feel more prepared? And no wonder 66% of your customers are completely turned off by your presentation. Oh, 66%. And again, the bank, the personality science, blueprint, action, nurturing, and knowledge. Personality science is nothing new to any of us. It's been around since 400 BC when Hippocrates used it to practice medicine. So this isn't anything new. What this is reversed engineered on a lot of those different systems out there. Instead of it telling all about you, it gives us a brief overview about your customer that you're having a conversation with. And it's genius. 25% of the time, you show up as you. Yes? And you show up as your dominant personality type. So say I'm the action and I just want to get to the bottom line and I'm going to sell that Joe Kavanaugh guy whatever I want because I'm going to tell him how much money we're going to make and how fast we're going to do it. And Joe's going to be like, I'm in. However, if Joe is sitting in the room with Cindy and somebody that is a high knowledge or high blueprint, they're going to be completely turned off by my presentation and they're going to say, whoa, I'm going to my competitors. So every time you have a lead come in your front door and you don't speak the right code, you are hand delivering them to your competition. So 75% of the time, approximately, you are handing them to your competition and your competition is saying, hey, thanks. Thanks. Keep doing what you're doing because I love taking 75% of your business away. When I saw this equation, I went, oh. And I immediately went into my head about a listing appointment I went on as a real estate broker. And I was my dominant personality type, which is the nurturing type. And I talked about the community and how they'd be missed and their involvement. And I spoke all nurturing to them. They were knowledge. I did not get that listing. And it was a pretty nice listing. It would have resulted in a $70,000 commission. And as soon as I saw this slide, I went, oh, I knew exactly what I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. After this presentation, you're going to know. So if you would do me a favor and take out a pen and a piece of paper and look at what was your last 12 months of income, or just use your last year's taxes, okay? For this example, I'm going to use $150,000 because I like to use simple math. So 150. So that's the 1 out of 4. That's your 1 out of 4. Well, let's multiply it by the 3. The number 3 is the 3 out of 4 that you hand delivered to your competition. And they say thank you, which means you're hand delivering year in and year out $450,000 a year. So you take your income, you multiply it by 3, and you have this extra income. Well, it's not extra income. You just gave it away. Not understanding how to implement a very simple system and technology and speak to their language. And if you're going to be in business another 10 years, do you really want to hand deliver to your competition $4.5 million? Here's my clue. I would love to teach you and train you how to take it to the bank, your bank. So let's take a look at this. You know, we say increase your sales up to 300%. And there's people that have a block on that one because that's a tall order. It's up to 300%. And I'm going to walk you through how we get that number. So for this example, I am going to be the very structured, very in the box, very come in below budget, blueprint personality type. And as the blueprint personality type, I will close the other blueprint that is very structured and very step-by-step systematic. no problem. But the blueprint person talking to the action person, that is not a good combination until we teach that blueprint person to raise their energy and get more excited and be a little bit more passionate and talk about the opportunity, get to the bottom line and forget the details and the fuzzies. They don't want that, and be quick. Now we've increased your income potential 100%. Now, when that blueprint person can actually go in for a hug and love on that nurturing person and talk about community, involve them in whatever they're doing, you've now had the opportunity to increase up to 200%. And when that blueprint personality type talks to the knowledge and gives them all the analytics and all the data and talks about their expertise and talks about the blueprint's expertise, they now have the opportunity to increase their sales up to 300%. And that's where we get that number, teaching you how to shift in and out of each personality and still remain your authentic self. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to be somebody else. We want to be ourselves. But how to quickly shift and identify who the other person is and speak so whatever you are saying lands on them and they can hear it, they can see it, they can feel it. And they're going to say, yes, Jenny Campbell, I want to join your team. So how did B.A.N.K get created? Well, B.A.N.K is a game changer. Sherry Tree is the CEO and founder and the creator of the B.A.N.K methodology. Her first few years in the financial industry, now this is quite a few years ago, and she was also a woman in a man's world, because back then it definitely was a male-dominated world. She earned $700 and she was working her tail off. And in a few years, she got that up to $72,000. And that was a pretty good chunk of change back then, because none of us are spring chickens here. However, she knew she was working her tail off. She knew there had to be a better way. And she started taking all different sales training classes, and she came across using the DISC system and a couple of the personality systems. And she thought, oh my gosh, this is so fascinating. I absolutely love learning about myself. She said, however, this isn't helping me make any more money. And she said, I wonder if there is a way that I could reverse engineer this so that it would tell me who Amy is, who Cindy is, who Nan is, so I could actually speak to them and their personality. And this is what happened. She increased her sales 695%, playing with this thing we now call B.A.N.K, the game changer. $500,000 in 3 years' time, over $1 million. That's a 1,388% increase. Anybody here want a 1,388% increase in their sales? Yes, absolutely. So crack the personality code and take it to the bank. Has anybody ever seen the movie The Da Vinci Code? The movie The Da Vinci Code, where they were going for the Holy Grail, and they had to get this message out of the cryptex. And if they had the wrong code, a vial of vinegar would melt all over the message and it'd be gone forever. When you're sitting in front of a client or a customer and you don't speak to their code, has anyone here, and I want to see a show of hands, has anyone here ever seen that deer in the headlight look from your clients or customers that you were talking to? And you're like, oh no, what's happening here? And you know that you lost them. However, you don't know where you lost them or when you lost them or why you lost them. I've been there. I've done that. I thought, man, I did a great presentation, which I did. I was just speaking in the wrong code because I didn't know when I didn't know. So before you go on that appointment, you crack their code. And if you can't crack their code before the appointment, you get our handy dandy tools from the person that sent you here. and you go ahead and do it right then and there and have a great conversation. And you tell them what your code is and you have fun with it. You have fun with that. People love when you do something that's above and beyond your competition. If you are in an industry like real estate or finances or network marketing, and you've got a lot of competition out there, and if you can say, hey, I do things differently, or hey, I want to learn more about you, anything that separates you above your competition is just going to give you that edge. And then knowing how to speak to what's most important to them, bam, you're going to start closing and increasing your sales in less time. And that's the clincher. Who wants more time and more money? I don't know a single person, I don't care what their personality type is, that doesn't want that. So the blueprint is the color blue, because sometimes to the other three personality types, they can seem a little cold and a little reserved. They are very much inside the box, very much inside the box. They want budget, come in below budget. They want you to be on time, which is 15 to 30 minutes early. They like systems, planning, and structure. It's really, really important. And when I show you the next code, you're going to see why the blueprints and the actions have a really hard time closing each other. Because the action is loud. You hear the actions way before you see them. They don't even know what box it is. They are red like a Red Bull. They get to the bottom line. They show up late. The blueprints feel disrespected. And it's a major problem. However, when you are a blueprint and you can just shift just enough to grab the attention of that action, get to the bottom line, and tell them what a great opportunity is to work with you, and you show a little bling, they're good to go. And we teach all of this in our, anybody would like to take a little test ride on all of our software? You know, kick the tires a little bit. You take a car for a test drive, right? You kick the tires, make sure everything's good. If you're a truck driver, you kick the tires every day. We're going to give you an opportunity to take it for a little test ride after I show you a live demo. So the nurturing personality types are the ones that recycle the box. They reuse the box. They repurpose the box. They are gold like sunshine and warm like sunflowers. And they are your type that want to give back to the community. They're the ones that call you to collect money for the nonprofits. They're your volunteers. They want to make a bigger impact on the world, and they want you to talk more about people in the community than about the money. And then our knowledge personalities are green like Excel spreadsheets or green with envy. They are the ones that created and engineered the box. They are your inventors. They're your analytical, your data people. They are the ones that created all of the wonderful inventions that our action personalities go out and sell and win all kinds of awards, and nothing is said about the knowledge who created them. And that's a little disturbing. And that's the knowledge personality types. And you can see how they're so completely different when you're speaking and what's important to them when they want to say yes. They want to say yes after the blueprint has all your credentials and you're within budget. When the action says, oh yeah, this is going to get me faster results than I ever thought possible. And the nurturing say, oh, I love this community and look at all the people I can help. And the knowledge say, wow, the science behind this is amazing and all your data is in order. Thank you. And that is the 4 personality types. Now we go way deeper in this in our signature series and in our coaching. However, you're going to get an opportunity to take it for a test ride. So what's your bank code? What I'd like you to do is get back to the person that invited you here, and they're going to give you a complimentary report based on your personality type. directly into your email box. So if you haven't got that and you're not sure who invited you here, please put your name and your email into the chat so that we can follow up with you and get you to the person that invited you here. That report is so fascinating to read, but I'm going to let you in on a secret. I call this the Holy Grail of sales. The Holy Grail of sales. What happens is I go out and I crack codes, and my potential customers get a wonderful report all about that. But Jeannie gets an amazing report that says, before you ever pick up the phone and talk to Carson, talk to Cindy, talk to Nan, this is exactly what you want to say to them. This is exactly what makes them say yes. This is exactly what you don't want to say because it's going to make them say no. Holy Grail of sales. That is my opinion. And when you close more sales in less time, you can have that opinion. So let's show you the link that you can generate unlimited leads. So the link that you will crack your code at, you can crack everybody's code and generate unlimited leads, or crack their code before you go in the appointment. Decipher the code in nanoseconds using our Codebreaker AI, the state-of-the-art technology that we have here, and unlock all of the wonderful virtual interactive courses that we have to help you master the science of B.A.N.K and then take it to the bank. So I'm going to go ahead and stop share, and I'm going to give you a live demo. Yes? Does anybody want a live demo? Perfect. I got to make sure you're all still awake. I go fast. It's a lot of information in a short time. So let me go back over to my screen. And give me 1 second to go back over. There we are. I lost y'all for a minute there. It happens from time to time. The good news is you don't have to be tech savvy to learn this. And that is obvious. All right, let me see what pops up here. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you our LinkedIn profile. Everybody have a LinkedIn profile? And if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, I highly recommend that you do if you're in any kind of business or professional business, whether it's real estate or network marketing and you're trying to build people in, or financial industry, any of those markets and many, many more, LinkedIn is the place to be. So if you look right up in my right-hand corner, you will see AI. You'll see AI. That is our Google Chrome extension, and it works only in Google Chrome. So this is my LinkedIn profile. Now my code is NAKB, but my ideal prospect is A.N.K.B. And then I have another group that are B.N.s. So I shift back and forth with my profile based on what I'm doing and who I'm speaking to, because it's fun and I can. So if I click on that, it is going to read all of the information on my profile. And it's going to tell me what code my profile is written in. And sometimes this is people's code, and sometimes it's not, but it's who they're looking for. And I can run this report and then contact people and just have a conversation about the report. And that opens doors. Whether they're interested in, working with me and learning more about this, or if they're interested in collaborating and just having conversations. It's not always about the person right in front of you. It's about who do they know? Yes? So with our software, you can then go in here and hit Codebreaker AI. And the Codebreaker AI is going to break down and give you a graph on exactly what it looks like. And I'm going to show you the AI in two different ways. So right there, I have A, N, B, K, B. And that's on my LinkedIn profile. So now let's go back out of here. And I'm going to take you into our back office. So this little gizmo gadget, it comes with our Explore package, which is going to be something you can kick the tires around and take it for a test ride, which is super exciting to me, to be able to give that and gift that and help people see what it is and take it for a ride and implement it in their business is so much fun. So right down here, you'll see it's showing me who my new leads are. And I'm going to stop right here and right here. And it shows me who my latest leads are and what their code is. And then I can give them a call back. And then over here, we have our Kickstarter Pro. And that is such a wonderful bang for your buck. And we're going to talk about a little bit further. But you get to take our masterclass for sales, crack your bank code, and many other, and access to Explore, which is all of our virtual training in the back office. And you get to read the Why They Buy book online. You're also going to get masterclass for relationships, an advanced bank code assessment, which usually is in our 2-day training, and the bank personality sales training system. You're going to get all of these little bonuses, and I'm going to show you that at the end. Right here, I'm going to take you into our Codebreaker AI, So I run different events, and I put it on Eventbrite, like the one that you got on here today. So the Eventbrite one, I have a private one that I'm doing for a women's organization, and it's private. So before I posted this event, I wanted to make sure I could hit the personality codes of her, the woman that's running the event, of her target audience. So I had a conversation with her, and we wanted to make sure it was hitting her target audience so that we had more people engage with us. So all I have to do is go in here and copy, and then go over here to the AI and paste. Can everybody copy and paste? I know if I can, most people can, because I am not computer savvy. And I hit decode, and it's giving me the code, A.N.K.B. That's who she's looking for part of her retreat, is A's and N's and N's and A's. So now if that was an email and I wanted to write back to the email, I would click respond in code, and I could write an email. Hey, Rockstar, what am I gonna write? You would think I think about this ahead of time, but obviously I don't. You have an amazing, let's see if I can spell too. Let's see what happens. Amazing team of experts. Let's see. What do you think? You think I'm going to make it? I don't know. I think I need to throw in a community word. Let's see what happens. Dun, dun, dun. Great job. You think I might have done this for more than a few weeks, yes? So now you know when you respond to that person by an email or a text message or a private message, or where there's so many ways to communicate now, you can speak right back to the message they sent you, or you can speak to their code. When you're looking to run some ads or run some kind of a campaign, or when you do presentations, make sure you have, how many presentations do you think you need? It's a trick question. You actually should have 5. I have presentations written in all 4 codes across the board. I have presentations that are really high. I have presentations that are all about love. I have presentations that are all data and analytics, and I have presentations that are step by step that I deliver to my clients and my customers. It's all going to depend on what your apologize for that, what your presentation, your prospect is, and then you deliver your presentation based on that. So I'm going to take you out of the AI, and I'm actually going to take you into the vault real quick because I want to honor your time. I'm saying real quick and my computer's spinning. Anyone see that? As quick as my computer is going to allow me to do it. How's that? So access your bank vault. So the bank vault is online training. And as a real estate broker, when somebody said online training to me, I wanted to poke my eyeballs out. Has anybody ever done some of the online training do you have to get a certification and got to keep doing it year in and year out? And they are horrible. They are boring. They're in black and white. You just want to go to sleep. So when they said virtual training, I just wanted to cry. I'm like, oh no, I am not interested. This isn't anything like that. It has some wonderful, wonderful modules. It's in bright colors and it's really short and to the point. There's modules that are 10 minutes, some are 20 minutes, some are 15 minutes, and they just get to the point. So you can train. You don't have to sit down for 3 hours and train. If you just give yourself a half hour every day and just keep moving forward, you will get through all of the training, and it's a lot of fun. So we have your fundamentals, your bank for relationship, you have your speed coding, your ultimate success selling plans, the 4 R's, power scripting, sales velocity, coin network mastery, millionaire map. Then we have our coaching program. We have our real estate, and we're going to be putting more modules in there as we move forward. There's hours and hours of training. And every month you get what's called a bank box, which is a very specialized group of people that they focus on, whether it's a code or an industry. And it's really quite fascinating. So I'm going to go back. Hello, Jenny. You just popped back on my screen. All right. So I showed you how to generate unlimited leads, decipher the code in nanoseconds, unlock the vault, and now you're going to learn how to use all of these tools and training and technology to close more sales in less time. And that is the whole point. Whoever sent you here absolutely can walk you through how to implement it in your business. And whoever sent you here is part of a team. And there's a whole group of trainers and coaches that work together to support each other. And we do onboarding calls and implementation calls, and we teach you how to use it in your business. We teach you how to use it in your personal life. Because when you implement bank and all of that, life becomes easier. Life becomes easier. Even if you have, really good numbers now, how would you like to double the numbers? I spoke to a top sales professional this weekend. And I'm not going to get into the whole seated story, but it's somebody I've been talking to for a couple of years, and we kind of went apart and came back together. And he is, there's 110 sales people in his organization, and he has been top 5 for the last few years. Now he knows a little bit about bank, just enough to be dangerous. And we were putting together a training, and then all of, the live trainings disappeared and so on and so forth. I ran into him over the weekend, and he literally texted me yesterday and said, okay, we need to bring this to the company. What does this look like? And he's going to be jumping on some calls with us. And it takes the top salespeople a while to understand that they are awesome at what they do. However, they can't duplicate it within their team. And the bank system is duplicatable. And that's what fascinated him. He gets it, and some people get it and naturally can do this. Most people cannot. And when they see how they can generate and bring their whole team to close more sales in less time, that only helps the whole entire company as a whole. And that's what really attracted him to this system. So anybody ever heard of Les Brown? Les Brown is one of our biggest cheerleaders. He said, B.A.N.K is a game changer for every entrepreneur and sales professional. This system will strengthen your confidence and expand your selling skills and dramatically increase your income. I'm going to tell you what, when I first started to go to networking events, when I started B.A.N.K, I was panic stricken. I am not a networking person. I am not at all. And the more I practiced B.A.N.K, the more I learned B.A.N.K, and the more I started living B.A.N.K, I can walk into any room and have a conversation with anyone based on their personality. Now, I know there's a lot of actions that do that. However, they turn off 75% of the people in the room. They just don't know it yet. And that is what makes B.A.N.K a game changer. So in what we're going to offer you to take it for a test drive, you're going to get the Why They Buy book, the only methodology in the world scientifically validated to predict buying behavior in less than 90 seconds. That is a boom. Personality-based, people-focused, and profit-driven. Is it okay to make a profit when you put people first? Yes. It's not okay when you don't put people first, because then you're out of integrity. My opinion again, got to put people first. So close more sales in less time. Codebreaker Technologies and our Codebreaker AI was just featured in an article in Forbes magazine that we are the future of sales. Codebreaker Technology is the future of sales. And as this starts to spread, don't you want to be the first person on it, using it, and have it really under your belt? I know I did. So let's talk about this Kickstarter Pro. Everything I showed you, the book, the advanced assessment, the personality profile, the crack your code, all of these things, you're going to get an opportunity to get. You probably have already gotten your free report. All of the a certificate of completion for the relationships, for the sales. And this is a one-time $49.95 access. And you have those materials for life. You have that access. It's called Kickstart Your Success. We call it Kickstarter Pro. And that's why I asked you if you wanted an opportunity to kick the tires. For $49.95, you get this for life, and you get a chance to kick the tires. I'm trying to think of what it was, but wait, there's more. Yes, you've got to say that. So we have different levels. It's called Connect, Discover, and Explore. To me, I wouldn't even look at Connect and Discover. The Explore is going to give you inside the vault, the Google Chrome extension, and all of the BCRM in the B.A.N.K Pass and our Codebreaker AI for $1 for the next 30 days. $1 for the next 30 days. When you learn how to use it and implement it in your business, you're going to absolutely love it. If you only need the AI, the Google Chrome extension, and the B.A.N.K Pass, then you can downgrade to Discover. I personally am not going to recommend any of my clients to use Connect. Connect is B.A.N.K Pass and BCRM. Codebreaker AI and running all of your stuff through the AI so you can connect and build rapport and faster relationships is going to give you the predictability and the step-by-step in your business. Take it for a test ride. So for $50.95, you get 30 days of Explore, and you can click every link and do everything you want with there. But you get to keep the Kickstarter Pro for life. Make sense? So what I'd like you to do is absolutely get back to the person that sent you here. What I'd like to know from everyone, and then I'm going to show you the bonus. What I'd like to know from everyone is who's in. Who wants to take this for a test ride and figure it out? Type I'm in the chat box, please. Type I'm in. So every month, this bank box bonus, it shows up. And you get an email say, hey, go look at your bank box. Go look at your bank box. And it's this description of, we had one that talked about vacations and the planning the vacations. We've had all of these bank boxes delivered every month, and it's just a deeper dive into bank and a deeper dive into bank. And then we have all of the virtual training. We have live, which is so much fun because I teach a lot of live, and then I like to put them into the virtual training as support and backup moving forward. Because they said it takes 10,000 hours to really master anything that you're using and implementing. And we have such amazing results. People are increasing their close ratio 50%. People are closing sales that had completely fallen apart for $800,000. So I am super excited for all of you to join us in our community and learn our step-by-step system, implement the technology, and take it to the bank. That is your bank, because you will close more sales in less time and have the time freedom that you're looking for. So make it a great day. I'm going to stop sharing and see if anybody has any questions or comments. If you don't know who sent you here, you can go ahead and type your name in the chat. If you do, please get back to the person that sent you here. Make it a great day. You absolutely deserve it. Bye for now.